So back in 2022 is when I was first introduced to sales. The one skill that changed my entire life and my entire trajectory of my life in general. It's the one skill that is just translated to every single area of my life, and it's what you need to learn if you aspire to make money at any stage in life. Okay, whether you want to make $1,000 a month or 100 grand a month or a million a month, you need to learn how to sell, because it's the only skill in the world that can turn a completely random stranger into someone who hands you money. That's it. At the end of the day, it's the only thing that matters. So a lot of you watching are probably entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs. We like to call them want-entrepreneurs. Or you're just someone who wants to earn money. Well, the only way to earn money is to get a stranger to hand you cash. That's all it is. And guess what? That's what sales is. It's the only skill that matters. It's the money-making skill. It's the universal one that translates to every single area in your life. Whether that's hiring an employee, you have to sell them on the dream of, what you're going to get at your company. Whether that's talking to someone, whether that's selling a product. Whatever it is, it's all sales. Even if you're interviewing for a position, you're selling yourself. So you need to know how to speak and how to articulate your words in a certain way where it sounds great and people are interested in you and they want what you have. So at the end of 2022, I was introduced to sales. Now, I had done outreach for businesses before, like for myself. I sold boxing gloves and I did outreach on Instagram to sell the gloves. But my first real sales experience where I learned things was in 2022, the end of 2022. I became an appointment setter for an advertising agency. And they sold to software companies. So I was doing cold outreach on Instagram, on LinkedIn. I was doing cold calling. We had paid ads going for a while, so I was calling leads from paid ads. Did this for around a year, and I made absolutely no money. Some months I made €400, okay? Some months I made €2,500. But over the year, I can tell you, I did not make that much money. But I can tell you right now, this is the most important year of my life because I learned how to sell. And I learned so many skills because I was working under someone who's really, really great. So I actually it was the best investment I ever made because I learned the ins and outs of how to turn a stranger into someone who actually buys from me. And that's called a money printing skill, which is sales. There's a lot of misunderstanding of what sales is when they see like the Wolf of Wall Street. That's not what sales is. There's two different types of sales. There's B2B, so business to business sales. Then there's B2C, business to consumer sales. The sleazy scumbag bad reputation sales is all B2C when you're selling to a consumer. So car sales, solar sales, door to door, all of that. Where the real sales is in B2B, where you're selling super high ticket stuff. For example, if you are selling as an agency, if you're selling to software companies, or if you're selling actual software yourself, if you're working in tech sales, that's B2B. And that's where it's all logical based sales, not emotional. Because in B2C sales, where you're selling cars and stuff, it's all emotion, how they feel, and like how would you feel driving this car, and like what would the kids think, all that sort of thing. Scumbag sleazy sales, that's all B2C. But B2B is where the money is and where the logic is, in my opinion. And that's the most important skill you can ever learn, B2B sales. So the reality of learning sales, it's going to be the most brutal thing you've ever done. Lots of rejection, whole lot of no's, people saying, leave me alone, delete my number, you're a scam, go F yourself, all these type of things. You're going to get that every single day. But guess what? If you do that for a year or 2 years, eventually you're going to be getting a lot of yeses and a lot of people actually buying what you have because you've learned the skill, okay? Because if you think about it, if you call someone out of the blue, your natural instinct is to like, hey, hang up the phone, I hate you, delete my number right now. But if you get good enough, it can be at the point where they're like begging, hey, how do I learn more? Tell me more about what you have to offer. And that's when you can book sales calls with people who are interested. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm doing it right now. As a lot of you know, I'm now running my own ad agency outside of my job. And I'm able to do that because I know and I have the skills of sales. I'm able to call people and pitch them on a product. And it's like, hey, do you want to jump on a call? I can walk you through the entire system and show you what it looks like and who've done it before. When you're able to do that, you can like make money out of nothing. And it's really, really cool. Like sales is so cutthroat in the beginning. It's just a matter of getting punched in the face over and over and over again every single day for like a year or two. But then eventually it's like, oh my God, I have the skill. The same way as the gym, you break down the muscle over and over. You do that for 3 months. I don't see any progress. Do it for another 3. Oh my God. Do it for another 6 months and you're in ridiculous shape. It's the exact same thing. And that applies to every single area in life, really. Because again, if you're someone who has the desire to make money or to be an entrepreneur, to go their own way, skills are the most important thing you could ever do. Combining skills with a risk tolerance, that's really where the money is made. And just repetitively taking action on stuff you don't want to do. And that's why people make these crazy earning capacities, because sales guys, they don't get a base pay a lot of the time. Unless you're in tech sales or B2B sales or work for an agency, you don't really get a base pay. B2C sales is all straight commission. And that's why they earn so much, because they take kind of that risk of not having a base pay. Like, they believe fully in their skills, they take the risk, and they get the reward at the end of the day. And I see a lot of these people working remote. You can work remote sales roles and make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6K a month. The company I'm working at right now, we have a girl who's closing deals, and she's making like 4 to 5K a month remote in the UK. And that's in pounds as well. So in dollars, that's like 4K pounds is like 6K dollars a month. Like, she's going to Bali, she's able to move to a different country just from sales. Like, she has 6, 7, 8 calls a day, 45 minutes each. She chats to people, talks to them, super leveraged, gets commission for closing the deal, and then she's on her way. Completely remote, wherever she wants in the world. Like, that's something you can do with sales, okay? Like, if you don't even want to be an entrepreneur or someone who wants to start their own business, you can just do that. Like, I've done that. At the end of 2024, start of 2025, I was doing that. I was working remote sales. I was closing deals just like that, hopping on Zoom calls, sometimes on phone calls, and just pitching products. I worked for a big English ed tech company, education technology. They're pretty much selling info. And I was just selling that. It was great. 100% remote, wherever I want. Hop on calls, close deals, and that's it. That's all it is to it. It's not as sexy as it seems, but once you have the skill, it's like a walk in the park, There's a lot of different avenues you can go down, whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to do freelancing, whether you want to go into client success. I'm in client success right now, and I create ads, I do marketing copy. Because guess what? Creating ads and all marketing stuff, that's all sales. The copy that I'm writing on my ads is all sales stuff. Like, I'm explaining their pain points and how this product can solve their pain points. It's all sales, right? So yeah, it's really the foundation and the god of all skills. It translates to every last single area. Because people say I learned the skill of hiring. Well, guess what hiring is? It's selling. That's all it is. And you'll only get better with time. So if you're someone who aspires to make money online or aspires to be an entrepreneur, please ignore the shiny objects and the business models you're being sold and lean into skills. If it was easy, everyone else would be doing it. And all these like make money in 90-day things or 60 days, it's not real. It doesn't exist. They're trying to sell you something. That's all it is. They are literally selling you on a course that can't solve your problems. The only thing that can solve your problems is learning the skills, taking risk, and applying it every single day. That's it. That's how it works. So I know a lot of you are waiting on an update video for my own agency, as I started it last month. A few months prior, I did a little bit of work, but full-time, it's out of my job. So at the end of December, I'm going to do an update video going over all my metrics, how much outreach I've done, how many calls are booked, how many showed up, how much cash collected, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to document my entire journey so you can see it. And yeah, if you have any questions or any topics you'd like me to talk about, please comment below. Let me know. I'd love to hear. I want to talk about what you want to hear. So whatever it is, let me know. And yeah, have a good day.